I had lost that much blood, y'all. It was scary. Like, I was scared I was gonna die.
My baby, my Valentine, yo. Can I hear make you my temperature rise? If you leave me, I could die. I swear, you are like the oxygen I need to survive. I'll be honest. Your love ain't it, don't leave me.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a story time on my labor and delivery. So y'all stay tuned. So I was induced at 40 weeks on the dot. I told my doctor I was not going past my due date, and I was very adamant about that because I was in so much pain. Like, from the time I hit 30 weeks on, I was hurting so bad. And I know everybody's probably gonna be like, yeah, that's normal. Like, when you're pregnant, the baby's growing, the baby's like doing all this, but like, y'all, I was done for. Like, I was over it. And by the time I hit 37 weeks, I told him, I was like, hey, can you just induce me like now? But he checked my cervix and was like, no, we're gonna wait until your due date. So we wait. He checks me again the next week, still at, I was at a 1.5, I think. Checks me again, I'm at like a 2 or almost a 2. So he's like, okay, so right before you get induced, I want to put a balloon in you. And I was like, okay, yeah, that's cool. So the day that I went in to get the balloon, he checked me and I was at like a 2.5, almost 3. And he was like, oh, well, no, you don't need it anymore. Like, you're dilated a little more. And you're like, I think I was like 70% effaced or 60. I can't remember. I was somewhere around there. So he was like, no, you don't need it. We're just going to go ahead and get you in tomorrow at 4 a.m. to be induced. So I was like, okay, yeah, that's cool. So I ate something and I tried to go to sleep. It was hard to go to sleep. Like, you know, when you're so excited about something, like you can't fall asleep. That was me. Like, I couldn't go to sleep. So I wake up and I wake up around like 3 o'clock. So I'm getting ready. I'm getting my stuff and his stuff ready to go to the hospital. So me and my mom get there and I'm filling out all my paperwork, y'all. I should have did it beforehand. People tell me to do it beforehand too, and I just didn't do it. Big mistake again. Should have did that beforehand. It took like 20 to 30 minutes. It was taking me forever. So I finally get to the room. I change out of my clothes and I get into like one of the hospital gowns and I'm just laying in bed. So at this point they haven't started my Pitocin. This was around like maybe almost 5 or 5 on the dot. So I'm just laying there. I'm not really having like contractions because I'm not in active labor yet. So they come in around like 6:37, and they start my Pitocin. So still, I'm not feeling anything. Like, I don't feel any contractions. I don't feel nothing. And I know that's kind of wild. Like, I was assuming that it would like kickstart it up like really fast, but no, that didn't happen with me. So I didn't feel anything. So my doctor was like, hey, I'd recommend you get the epidural before I break your water, because after then, like, they're gonna start hitting more. And I was just like, okay, whatever. And he recommended that too, because when I would get checked, his hands were so big they hurt. Like, it hurt when I got checked. So I literally cried one time. It hurt so bad, y'all, so bad. So he's like, hey, I'd recommend you get the epidural since like you have a hard time with the checks. So I was like, okay, yeah, whatever. I wanted to do natural, but kind of grateful I did. And once we get to the end, you'll know why. So they come around like 10 o'clock. The anesthesiologist comes in. He's super nice, and he starts my epidural. So that lidocaine that they numb you with hurts like a mother freaker. That was the worst part of the epidural. That hurt so bad. Like, I was over it. That could have brought me to tears. I don't know. But after they numb my back, I didn't even feel him put the needle in there. And he was like, well, we're done. I was like, hey, that's what's up. So he started that up, and I just laid back down. And around like 12 o'clock, the doctor came in and broke my water. So yeah, that happened. And I think I was at like a 4 or 5 around this time. So they come back in and it's around like 2:33, and they check me again and I'm at a 6. So I'm like, okay, yeah, we like moving along now. Like, this stuff is gonna start happening fast. No, They come back in again, and it's around like 4. Check me. I'm still at a 6, and I'm just like, okay, that's what's up. No. So my doctor was supposed to deliver my baby. He was leaving at 5, so he was like, if you're still stuck at a 6 for too much longer, then you're gonna have to have a C-section. Y'all, I started freaking out so bad, so bad. Like, y'all, was terrified. Like, a C-section, that was not in my plans. So I'm crying. His dad's like, it's okay. Don't like cry. What are you crying for, little? Nigga, they gonna cut me. I don't even know if I can say that. I'm gonna bleep that out. But they gonna cut me open. I was scared. That was like one of my biggest fears, going like into labor. Like, oh my gosh, I'm scared to have a C-section. So he was gonna leave, but the other doctor that stayed, and she's the one who delivered my baby, she was like, we can take as much time as you need. Like, I'll wait a little bit longer to see if you actually progress. And I'm so thankful for her. Like, beyond thankful. Sorry, y'all, I thought my baby started crying. I'm so thankful for her. Like, lifesaver for real, because I really did not want to get a C-section. I mean, there's nothing wrong with it, but I was just terrified, and like, I wasn't prepared, so I was like hyperventilating. I was crying so bad, y'all. It was bad. So we get to around like 6 o'clock, 7. Check me again. I'm still at a 6. So then they come back a little while later, and they check me, and I'm at an 8. And around this time, my epidural started wearing off on my left side. So like, I was feeling the contractions all on this side, nothing on this side. Y'all, I was so pissed off. Like, I wasn't mad because I could feel the contractions. I was just mad because I felt it on one side. Like, they weren't that bad. I know that sounds crazy for me to say that, but it didn't feel that bad to me. So I was just so mad. I was feeling it on one side. Like, come on now. So they came back in, and he put something else in there, and that knocked it completely out. I don't know what he did, but yeah, he did that. That was around like 7:38. So they come back in around 9:20. And they check me. They're like, oh, you're at a 9. Girl, when I say I was so excited. Y'all, I could have did a backflip in that damn room. Could have. Like, for real. They're like, yeah, you're at a 9. Like, let's see if we can just help you get, like, fully, like, around the baby's head, my cervix. So they had their hand in there doing this and stuff. They was like, okay, we got it around his head. Like, you want to start pushing? I said, oh yeah, it's time. So I started pushing. I want to say I started pushing at like 9:40. 9:40-ish, 9:43, something like that. And y'all, when I say I was gripping that bed frame, y'all, I was like this. I can't do this. I can't do this. I can't do this, y'all. I was like, I cannot do this. Like, that pressure. Oh. That pressure. No joke, baby, no joke. So I'm telling Mom, I can't do this. I can't do this. This dad standing right there. You got this. Come on, baby, come on. I ain't want to hear nothing. For one, nothing. So I'm pushing, and she's like, yeah, you can push like whenever you feel like you need to. Like, she was just letting me do my thing, and I'm so grateful for that too. So I'm pushing. She's like, oh, the head's coming out. Yeah, I felt it. That hurt. It hurt. But not as bad as them shoulders coming out. I don't know who says the head's the worst part, but they lied. Shoulders are the worst part to me. I'm sorry, like, worst part. So I push, and then floop. He comes out. They sit him up here. Oh, my baby was so handsome. He's still so handsome. But, oh, they laid him right here. Ugh. Y'all, best feeling ever. Like, I was like, dang, I really did that. I'm really a mama. Like, I just pushed the baby out. Y'all, I'm finna cry. I really pushed the baby out of me. That was wild. And this is where everything starts going left. Left. So, they get him out. They lay him up here. They're, like, wiping him down, whatever. His dad cuts the umbilical cord, and they take him over to do, like, the weight and stuff and, like, measure his head or whatever. So at this time, my placenta's not coming out. Like, I'm supposed to deliver, but it's not like detaching from my wall. It's like stuck. So while the doctor had her whole hand from here to her elbow inside of me, y'all, up in me. Every time she would go in, she's like, oh, I'm trying to get it. And at this time, I started hemorrhaging as well. So I was bleeding to death, literally bleeding to death. I was terrified. So she's like, oh, I'm trying to get the placenta. I'm trying to stop the hemorrhaging and stuff. So she grabs the placenta and all hell break loose. Start bleeding more. So I'm laying there and I'm getting like lightheaded and I'm like, oh heck nah. I said I can't pass out because they're gonna try to take my organs. You know how they do black women. They don't care about us. So I was like, nah, I'm finna do everything I can to stay up, everything in my power. So I was like, can someone give me some water, please? Give me some water. Can someone please give me some water? Like, I'm trying to concentrate and I'm looking at my baby. I'm worried about him while I'm dying. And it was wild. So they gave me a shot in my leg, didn't feel that. So the woman, I had this one rude nurse. Like, I wanted to talk so bad to y'all. Like, I'm bleeding right now and you're telling me, no, don't put your hand right there. Girl, get the hell away from me. That's what I wanted to tell her. Because who are you? Who are you? Yeah, so whatever. Eventually they stopped my bleeding, thank the Lord. But at that point, I had already lost so much blood. I had to get a blood transfusion. I got 2 bags of blood added back into me. I had lost that much blood, y'all. It was scary. Like, I was scared I was gonna die right after having my baby. Whew. One of the scariest moments in my life, I swear. So I'm listening and like they're weighing him too as well. And I hear them say, 9 pounds, 4 ounces. In my head, I'm like, come again? I said 9 pounds, 4 ounces. I said, I just pushed that out of me. Oh! Round of applause, because baby. And I only tore the tiniest bit, y'all. Can y'all believe that? The tiniest bit with that big baby. Period. I felt like a real G that day. Like, I felt like a G. Oh, yeah. So he was born at 10:03. He weighed 9 pounds, 4 ounces. And, y'all, that was just like literally the best day of my life. Like, my baby being born. I'm finna cry. And I wanted to make this video because he's about to be 2 in 3 weeks, literally. 3 weeks. I'm gonna cry. And it's just been such an amazing journey. Like, I'm not like the best mom, but like, I'm trying to be the best mom. I'm crying. But y'all, yeah, that's my labor and delivery story. If you can relate, comment down below, or if you have any questions, comment down below, because I'm here to talk to anybody that has questions about it. Because before I had my baby, I knew a lot about labor and delivery already, so it was nothing new to me. But if you're like scared, or it's like your first time like having a child, feel free to message me, comment down below. I will reply to you. Yeah, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and thank y'all for watching my video today. Love you. Please tell me you got that all.